Shreem, Brzee, 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 Shreem.
Hello, everyone. I'm going to just record us from here too. Hello, everyone, and welcome to this full moon webinar. I really appreciate everyone taking time out to connect with us, connect with your community, to help magnify your manifestations, which is the topic of today's session. And I am going to share my screen so that you see my presentation. Here we go. You should see that now. So you're here to magnify your manifestations, and that is what we're going to do today. So today's session is we'll be together about 45 minutes, let's say. We're going to start with why right now is a good time to get started, to restart or start your Shreem Brzee commitment, the twofold path to manifesting, as Dr. Pillai teaches, a group meditation, ways to be involved, some announcements that we have, and Q&A at the end. So feel free to please like this video. It helps us reach more people. Please subscribe to the channel. It helps us reach more people. And please continue to make comments and share in the chat. So why is this particular period of time right now significant, and what makes it important for shifting into kind of a more of a manifesting mindset? So on January 14th, the sun moved into Capricorn. It's considered the Vedic winter solstice. Dr. Pillai calls it the spiritual new year. It's the spiritual new year because it is when the sun's journey starts northward. It brings us the energy of an awakening. In fact, in Vedic mythology, they say that the gods go to sleep in the prior month, and that this time is when they're waking back up. And it's an auspicious time to start new things, create new projects. It's also a period of clearing and renewal. It's a very auspicious time. So it would be a great time to, let's say, clear out your house, your office, your car, and allow that fresh new energy of this Vedic solstice to really permeate not only your soul and your life, but your environment. So this is also why we decided to do this event on this weekend, because this is the first full moon of the new year. It's also the first full moon after this reawakening period. So we're in a very auspicious time. And later I will tell you a little bit about all the ways we are continuing our free sharing of Shreem Brzee and ways you can be involved. So we mentioned that this would be a twofold path to manifesting. This is the teaching. I get a lot of questions from people. I've taught many different courses on Shreem Brzee and manifesting, and people always say, well, why do I need goals if I just have the mantra? Or why do I need the mantra if I have my goals and I can kind of really kind of put my strength behind it? Well, here are the answers. So first of all, some of you may have heard Dr. Pillai talk about there's no need for the what's, when's, how's, where's, all that. He calls them the W's and H's. No need for that, he says. All you need is the divine mind. You need to have absolute faith. Faith is utter positivity. That's how he defines it. And from that divine mind, from that infinite self that we all are, then effortless creation can take place. And that's true. That is the path of the yogis, that they are fully immersed in their fullness, their divine self. And we did the Purnam mantra earlier this month, that this fullness energy that we all innately have is always with us. Now, someone asked me this question in one of the courses, and I asked Dr. Pillai, if I just need all of this, then I really don't need how to set a goal or take action, right? And so I posed this to Dr. Pillai, and he said, yeah, that is right. However, the rational mind, it's hard to turn off the rational mind. It's hard to be 100% in absolute faith that something will happen. So if you master the divine path, then yes, all of this is true. Clarity will come to you. Your divine mind will manifest effortless creation. But as humans, we have this mind, which is a process, this mind that is driven by our thoughts. And these thoughts are coming from a variety of places in different karmas, right? And that is what stops the divinity, the divine mind, from happening, from doing its work. So that is why there's a twofold path. So yes, you want to do your part in meditating, in clearing yourself out, and doing rituals, in clearing your karma, to be in the divine mind as much as you possibly can. And that's where manifestations can spring forth effortlessly. Okay? But since we have this rational mind, we also need a practical path. Okay? Doesn't mean it's one or the other. It's both. Unless you have a 100% attuned with your fullness, your Purnam, and allows you to manifest effortlessly all the time, then that's fantastic. That's your better path. Go for it. But for the rest of us who need that combination, there's the practical path. And the practical path, Dr. Pillai says, is driven by the rational mind. And he said, this is not something we have to work at. The rational mind is always there. It's the default, right? We have to work at the divine path. We have to work at getting to the divine mind because it's not always easily there for us. So in this rational mind, we have to work with it. What does the rational mind want? The rational mind wants to know what's happening, wants a direction. It wants to have clarity. There has to be a belief system. It wants to have some plans in place. It wants to set goals and take actions, okay? And that's okay. That's part of how we get from point A to point B inside of this, rational human structure that we currently live in. So he says, creation is clarity. You need to get clarity on what it is you want to create. If you're not sure what that clarity is, Shreem Brzee will help you to obtain that. Why? Because Shreem, Lakshmi literally means to set forth a goal, to have direction. So you can chant Shreem Brzee to gain clarity. You don't already have it, but if you already know what it is you want, you also have to fully believe that. So let's say you want a beautiful new home. And there's a difference here between the fantasy and the reality. So your beautiful new home, maybe you saw something on some extravagant multimillionaire, TV show, and it was like this mansion that's $20 million, let's say. But you make, let's say, $50,000 to $75,000 a year. How would you bridge that gap in the rational mind that your salary would be able to somehow get you that $20 million mansion? That's the difference between the fantasy and the reality. Maybe that fantasy is there and that's okay to play with, but based in reality, maybe yours is a $200,000 to $300,000 home, right? And that is where you can fully believe it. You believe it in your bones, like, yes, I can get that $300,000 home. I can start looking for them right now. As a matter of fact, I can start planning how this is all going to work. Now, the planning and the creation phase, in the practical path, you'll layer in your divine mind, right? You'll layer in empowering this manifestation, what you want to create, with the mantra. And that will create more miracles, right? So it's not just, let's say, your typical creation or purchase of this home, for example. You may have some amazing miracles that come along the way. I had a great example of this. I'll tell you in a bit. So you want to get clarity. You're getting clarity. You're realizing the difference between a fantasy and a reality. And what is the difference? It's your belief system. If you can 100%, 200% believe in what can happen for you, then that is your reality. But if you have any shred of doubt, any shred of doubt, then that's a fantasy. And that's okay. You can put that fantasy on the shelf. Doesn't mean you can't continue to think about it, because one day you'll get used to it so much that that fantasy will become a reality for you. The difference is in our mind. The difference is our relationship with faith. That is the only difference between what is real and what is fantasy for you. Okay, but also Dr. Pillai says don't become delusional, to kind of stay grounded a bit and stay focused on what that is for you. Okay, so hopefully by now you're getting a little bit more of an understanding of what is obtainable in your rational mind. Okay, the clarity that you need, the belief system that you need, the faith that it takes to bring these twofold paths together. So I invite you right now, think of something that you want to manifest, because it is a full moon and we're going to use this as we're going to use this energy to help us create, right? So it's a full moon today. What is your goal? And now let's, go through this little checklist here. Is it something that you have 100% belief in and it's totally possible? If there's any shred of doubt, it can't happen or it won't happen just yet, that's okay. But that's not what you need to focus on right now. Right now is the one that you fully believe, that you have absolute clarity on. Here's my $300,000 house. It's in this beautiful neighborhood. It looks like this. It has whatever types of rooms and circumstances that you want it to have. And now this manifestation can be mapped to anything, right? So that can be the relationship that you want. That can be the job that you want, or the career fulfilling lifestyle that you want. That can be the health that you want. That can be the spiritual path that you want. So inside of when you're looking at your clarity, your belief, fantasy versus reality, what does it look like? What does it feel like? And make sure that's something you can absolutely own. Absolutely get behind. So if you want, you can jot some of these down for your own personal practice, because again, it's the full moon. You want to be able to use this energy to help manifest. So what is it that you want? I'm going to think of mine. Okay, I got it. I feel like it's 100% possible. Wait, there's one I have in my head. It's not 100% possible. Maybe I put that on the shelf for now. I'll get to that, because it will be possible someday. My consciousness will raise to feel that that's 100% possible. Okay. But in the meantime, I'm going to focus on this maybe mid-level thing where I'm like, yeah, I can do that. That is possible. Right. So now once you have that clarity, you have the idea of what it is you want to create. Next is the plans, the setting goals, the taking action on it. And this is the practical path. So you want that house. Is the house just going to show up one day with your name on it? Probably not. There are some steps that happen on the earth plane that are required. You need to have some sort of exchange for it typically. You need to be able to move there. You need to, if you want to own this house, you have to purchase it in some way, right? So you do have to go look at them. You have to find that house. You have to maybe get a loan or whatever you're going to do for the transaction. All of that takes plans and goals. So I'll give you a quick example. So a few years ago, many years ago, actually, I was wanting to purchase a house, and this is a good example of both these paths kind of coming together. And I had two houses that I wanted. One was very practical, doable. Another one was something I really wanted, but it was a little more outside of my comfort zone at the moment. And when I felt into it, I was like, that bigger one's going to be, even though I would love it, I would love this beautiful lake house that I built from scratch, right? But it was more than I could afford. And I thought, well, I'll do step one. Step one was purchasing a lake house that already existed. And I found this house. It was in my range for my budget. I didn't have a down payment for it, though. Some of you have heard this story. I didn't have a down payment for it. And my boyfriend at the time was like, you have to have a 20% down. And I was like, I'm sure it'll be fine. He was like, it's not going to be fine. You have to have that. So what happens is I find this house. They wanted a certain price. I negotiated down to where I could afford. I still don't have a down payment. We're doing inspections. Turns out it had a bad septic. I said I wanted a $35,000 concession to offset that situation, and the seller granted that. So somehow the mortgage company agreed that that $35,000 would be offset my loan, and then take kind of like as if I gave them cash, so that my down payment went down to like $15,000. And I did have that amount, but I didn't have a $50,000 down payment. So all of this happened. I also prayed real hard for this particular mortgage rate, which was the lowest at the time. Like, I was talking to the broker, and he's like, no, I can only do certain. And I was like, okay, well, this is what I want. And then I just sat and meditated. He's going to call me back. Meditated. He called me back, and he got me the number that I wanted. And anyway, I tried to push it further, and he was like, you're lucky you have this. So you can see how I went through the motions. I found a particular house. Of course, intuitively, you see, what you're looking for. You kind of visualize what you want, and those things will start appearing in your searches. The right people will show up for you, whether it's a realtor or agent, broker, mortgage brokers. All that will happen, and that's the divine mind occurring for you, right? That's the beauty of your infinite self at work. And then the rationality is the steps you have to go through to achieve that. Okay, so at the end of the day, mine was a beautiful combination. I had to go through the steps, I found the house, etc. But I also had like the perfect storm of all the situations coming together where I didn't need a certain amount of down payment. I was able to move into this house right away. It all worked out really well. So that's just a little story on how it can work out for you to use both of these paths. So hold your questions. I'm going to get to them after we're done here. So once you know your manifestation, once you're creating it, once you go through what I just said for this twofold path of really allowing yourself into both of those sides, now you want to empower it with Shreem Brzee mantra. How do you do that? You should be playing the mantra constantly. Dr. Pillai recently said he wants us to be doing 24/7 group meditations. And I'm like, well, we can't do that just yet. We're going to work on it, right? But in the meantime, all of us should be playing Shreem Brzee constantly, 24/7. Okay, so play the mantra, chant the mantra throughout the day, whatever you're doing, chant, chant, chant. Write the mantra. Visualize your desire. What it is throughout the day. Just stop for a minute, or even if you're driving or doing dishes or whatever it is, just visualize and emotionalize that you want to create. Because the more you bring in those thoughts and those emotions, the more they will become real to you. The more they will become real to you. Remember how we said that it's important that it is real to you, and that's the difference between fantasy and reality, is your reality. So the more you visualize, the more you emotionalize, then that becomes real. And then, of course, you want to meditate. So you want to use the mantra and do the meditations. There's different meditations that we have. If you've been in courses, you have those. If you haven't, we have free meditation that happens every week that you can take advantage of. So this topic is magnifying your manifestations. So how do you magnify them? Well, group synergy is one way. And that is where you're together with more than one person, and the energy of each of those people come together, create more of what we could do individually. That's the synergy aspect. So right now you're in group synergy. Every time we get together to meditate, we're in group synergy. Rituals. If you do pujas or hydrations or fire rituals, those also magnify your manifestation. Power times. Full moon magnifies your manifestations every month. It is the ideal monthly power time for you to take advantage of. And now what would happen if you got together in a group, did a ritual during a power time, right? That's your maximum benefits. That's your maximum benefit. And we do that. We do that every full moon with a full moon fire lab, which you're invited to attend. I'll get to that in a minute. So these are ways you magnify your manifestations. The fourth is power objects. So if you have a yantra or statue, a mala, all of those things are power objects you can hold, you can use, and those also help to magnify your manifestations. So I mentioned there's group synergy, right? And getting together. So now I'm going to get a bit into what we have available and what we're offering now, all these free and paid ways that you can participate. So there's a 21-day manifestation journey. It started on January 1st, but we're going to go through January 21st. So if you're not on it, add your name to the link below this video so that you can get access. Also, just show up. It's happening every day at 6 p.m. Pacific time on the Shreem Brzee official YouTube and Shreem Brzee official Facebook groups. Okay, so just attend, but get your name on the email because we are sending daily emails with tips, reminders, access, links to the videos. So this was a way for us to jumpstart our new year, and we really, it's totally free. So please join, tell your friends, all of that good stuff. Remember how I said what we could do, the best possible thing we could do together is join together in group during a power time and perform a ritual. Well, Pillai Center has what's called power time events. We have full moon fire labs led by Priest Premraj, who's an English-speaking priest, helps us to understand the entire process. So helpful. Not only that, but he really puts his heart and soul into it. He loves Shreem Brzee. We have, he has the largest so far 5-metal statue that's ever been created on custom created for Shreem Brzee, which he uses for the full moon fire labs, as well as weekly Shreem Brzee Poojas, or sound and light offerings. And we get together in a group, and it's just a powerful, beautiful exchange. It's a way to magnify and multiply by all of us being together. So I'm going to, we'll get to that meditation. So here's some announcements that I wanted to also get us, some announcements that I wanted to give to everyone today. So for all the free events that occur, we have the 21-day I just mentioned. We also have every Friday, there's a Shreem Brzee group chanting. That's chatting, sorry about that. Chanting, and that is on Shreem Brzee official YouTube. We have Shreem Brzee Sunday meditation and power time update, also on YouTube and Facebook. The 21-day manifestation journey on YouTube and Facebook. We have a new Telegram channel, very exciting. So put your name on it or join it. The link is below this video as well. We're going to be having a free February event, just like this one, a weekend workshop type thing. And what we want you to do is make sure you add your name to the email list for this event. So if you're not already excuse me, on the list for the Shreem Brzee full moon gathering, do that now so that we can keep you updated. We want to be able to send you updates on what's happening. Okay, so that's what I wanted to mention. Now we'll get into our meditation. Sorry about that. Let's see. All right, so this is going to be a combination of me giving a brief intro to the meditation, followed by Dr. Pillai audio. So please get yourself into a comfortable position, allowing yourself to be present for about 10 minutes. It's a short meditation. But because it's a full moon, we want to really take advantage. So take a deep breath in through the nostrils, out through the mouth, allowing yourself to be present. Another deep inhale through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Now visualize a beam of light entering the right eye. The light enters the eye, fills the eyeball, purifying the eye. Now visualize a beam of light entering the left eye, entering the left eyeball, purifying it. Now both eyes are filled with brilliant white light, cleansing any negative thoughts, any negative emotions, allowing you to be present. Now visualize a beam of light entering the right ear, and now the left ear. Both ears are filled with brilliant white light. Now visualize a beam of light entering the nostrils, the right and the left, purifying the nostril pathways. So both eyes, both ears, both nostrils are filled with brilliant white light, purifying what Dr. Pillai calls the doorways to your consciousness. Now visualize a beam of light entering the mouth. The light enters the mouth, hits the tip of the tongue, moves to the middle of the tongue, and goes to the back of the tongue, filling the tonsils and the throat. So the entire mouth, tongue, and throat are filled with brilliant white light. Now, Dr. Pillai says this technique helps to clear out the doorways to the consciousness in order to allow the meditation to go deeper. And now we'll experience Dr. Pillai's Brzee meditation.
Close your eyes. Put your attention on your third eye. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Allow the sound to go deep into the third eye. And from there, let it go into the entire brain. And pervade the whole body. You don't have the burden to check out what is going to work for you. Brzee will be like a watchdog to keep away wrong projects from your mind. It will spontaneously spring the right thought. The right thought will show up because of the power of Brzee. The right project will show up. Brzee, 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 absolutely you have no responsibility. You have given everything to Brzee to control. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Now join me. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Allow the sound to permeate the mind, the body and the soul. Brzee, 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 Brzee. Now, mentally keep repeating it within the third eye. You have completely given your financial plans, future to Brzee. Let Brzee lead you, control you, take over you. Om Shanti 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 Shanti. Slowly, slowly you can come back to yourself.
Slowly begin to come back to yourself. Slowly come back to yourself. And now, please feel free to share in the chat any experiences you may have had with the meditation. Also, I'm keeping this image on the screen for all the free things and new announcements that we have so far. But yes, we'd love to hear your sharing experiences, also what you'd like to see. So here's what we're planning. What I haven't said yet is that we're also planning to have a kind of a membership area that we're creating on a new website. So that is in development. And when we have more information on that, we will release it. And that will hopefully be within the next few weeks. We would also like to be having a new course that comes out, and that will also be in, I believe that's going to be May. So, but before that, we'll have other different types of events that you can join. So don't worry. But in 2022, we have wonderful plans for Shreem Brzee, and we are excited that you are part of them. So now I will move into any Q&A that you have that we can help with. So please post your questions in chat, and I will be looking. I'm looking at YouTube right now. I don't see all of the because there's like 3 different areas for people to be entering questions. So hopefully my chat support folks will post them for me to see. But that's what I'm able to see at the moment. So some really great sharing. Thank you so much. Please keep doing that. The power was immense. Group meditation helps a lot. Could focus on my midbrain more. Felt my financial goal all along with Brzee, entering from all openings inside my body. Fantastic. Another Ardash is saying, Shreem Brzee has given me more confidence and the focus to work towards my goal. It has also made me more positive and gave me more faith in its power. That is huge, right? Like, so everything is a battle with faith. And as I was talking about before, what's real versus what's fantasy is our version of what's real versus fantasy. It's our level of faith that we have, that we're able to create and commune with. And if Shreem Brzee can help you do that, which it does, I've now hosted many different courses over the past several years, and one of the significant feedback that we get is that Shreem Brzee has helped people to create peace, to create joy, to create love, abundance, and inwardly, and that will manifest outwardly. So what's important to remember is that our spirit creates. So when Shreem Brzee, or whatever mantras you're using, hopefully this is the Shreem Brzee channel, we're talking about Shreem Brzee, it will manifest from the inside out, right? So the clarity, the focus, the peace, the love, the faith, all of that happens inwardly and then outwardly manifests. So if it's happening slowly, don't worry, it's still happening. Okay, so that's where faith also comes in. All right. I was living from my goals and walking and talking from as well in the meditation. Thank you, Thrice. Okay, so yeah, question. I'm getting some questions about the full moon actual timing. So the full moon actually starts today in the US. I'm in the US. So it's not actually at this moment, but we're inside of a lot of the full moon energy. We're a few hours away, basically. Of actually, I take that back. When the full moon started, yeah, it started 45 minutes ago. So we're in it. We started this program when the full moon started. So typically moon phases last about 24 hours. So it'll be tonight and it'll be tomorrow also. And then also what happens in Vedic astrology is whatever time energies, star, moon phase, etc., happens at the time of sunrise, that energy goes through the whole day. So we have today, tonight, which is Sunday, and then into Monday as well. So we're in the full moon energy, and we will be all the way through tomorrow as well. So that's what's great about accessing this time and utilizing it. So we've got a good, we've got a good 24 hours or so to keep it going. One of the things Dr. Pillai taught us many years ago is on full moon days to write Shreem Brzee 1,008 times. That could be a lot, take a lot of time, but do your best and see if you can at least get 108 times. But 1,008 is ideal. Yes, so the 21-day program, someone's asking if there's a session tonight. The 21-day program happens tonight at 6 p.m. Also, as I mentioned before, the full moon meditation and Fire Lab happens tonight if you're inside of the program called Wealth Power Time Events. That's a paid program. It's about $54 per month, which is a steal in my opinion, because Fire Lab, just the Fire Lab alone, is $45. So you get the full moon Fire Lab plus weekly Shreem Brzee Poojas, sound and light offerings, every Friday. So that link is below the video as well. Please, if you want to join the Full Moon Fire Lab, which is tonight, it is happening at, let me just double check my timing. It's happening, I think it's 5:30 p.m. Pacific time. So you've got a few hours, you got about 5 hours now to join that. The meditation will start before that. The meditation starts an hour beforehand. So in the Wealth Power Time events, you have the Full Moon Fire Lab and you have a full moon meditation, which is an hour of Dr. Pillai guiding you in a recording through a meditation for the full moon. So as a member, I mentioned earlier, group synergy, meditation, rituals, during a power time. That's all the ways that we really magnify what it is we want to create. So that's why we created Wealth Power Time events, so that you have all of those coming together. So I would encourage you, if you're not already in this program, join that program. It's a monthly subscription, and it's a way to have the rituals done for you. If you can't attend live, the rituals are done for you and your name is read, so you're there by proxy. But if you can attend live, that's wonderful. Otherwise, we also post all the recordings, so you can watch them when they're convenient to you, and even follow along with this meditation and rituals that happen. Someone's asking about Tiro Nilakantam. That is another karma removal mantra that can be used. It's not necessary, but you can use it. What if I invite my friend, my Shreem Brzee? If you invite your friends to do Shreem Brzee meditation, yeah, that's fantastic. And if they don't know English, that's also fine, because Shreem Brzee is in English anyway, and they'll still get the benefits from that. Maybe you translate if there's some other talking going on when in whatever meditation you're bringing them through. Okay. Let's see, looks like someone's asking about events that are happening. Okay, so here's a rundown of what the events that we have happening in 2022. So we have our weekly Shreem Brzee chanting and meditation that happens every Friday. That's free. We have, we're gonna be having a monthly gathering. We have it this month, we're having it the month after that. I'm pretty sure we're doing at least 3 months. We're doing, kind of help everyone continue on this path. So we'll meet again in February to do something similar in a different power time. I think in February, it's gonna be the 13th moon, so it'll be a Pradosham or a karma removal time. So we'll have monthly free events. We have weekly free chanting. There's weekly free power time updates and meditations. Now there's a new Telegram channel. We will be doing probably a WhatsApp channel. We'll also probably be doing, a podcast. We'll be doing and then for the paid side of it, we will be doing a program in May and a membership, which is a way for us to kind of continually get together on a regular basis, doing more things. And that will be in March, I believe. So just stay tuned. There's going to be continuing, free as well as paid ways to engage with Shreem Brzee. And recently, Dr. Pillai said he wants us to be getting together and meditating for 4 to 5 hours a day. It doesn't have to be every day. It could be once a week. So we will be organizing that. He's given us some instructions there. In fact, you know what I'm going to do? This is very inspiring. I'm going to play this audio of oops, a little light went out. I'm going to play this audio of Dr. Pillai real quick. I'm just going to find an image of him real quick. This one's cute.
Shreem Brzee, Shreem Brzee. I have given you so many ways of doing Shreem Brzee. I told Gina to put together some program for Shreem Brzee, so that there is a community. There is a community is important. A club, Shreem Brzee club. And not only you are helping yourself, but you are helping others and the environment. So keep on doing that. And if you can organize yourself into groups and chant, that will be desirable. God bless.
So he actually just said that yesterday in another program, and it just corresponded perfectly with what we're doing. So we are creating community, we are creating events, we are organizing ourselves into groups, and we want you to participate, right? So you're watching this video, make sure that you are adding your name to the email list so that we can keep you updated. We'll be sending weekly and or monthly updates depending on what type of communication you would like to hear. And that'll keep you updated on what's happening in all of Shreem Brzee. So please make sure your name is on the email list for the full moon meditation. So I know we just did the full moon meditation, we did the full moon gathering, but make sure your name is there so that we can send you updates. And we'll also be sending out the meditation that we did today. Some people have been asking for it. So if you're on that email list, you will receive it. I pinned it to the top of the comments on the YouTube channel, but that link should also be under any other page you're on, under the video and any other page that you're on. When's the next Fire Lab program? There's a different Fire Lab program that's called Manifest with Fire. That will start in February. But the Full Moon Fire Lab is tonight, and that is Wealth Power Time Events. And you'll want to join that program if you're not in it already in order to participate in that. Are there any other questions? Any questions about the teaching from today? Which realm or dimension does Shreem Brzee reside in? I don't have an answer for that. I think Dr. Pillai could answer, but not me. Is there a link for the paid ones? Yeah, so Rajani, just go underneath in the video description and click on where it says Full Moon Fire Lab, Wealth Power Time Events. That's the Full Moon Fire Lab that we're hosting in just about 5 hours. Thank you, Wahid. Um, I do age, but yeah, one day we'll do the Shreem Brzee Beauty program, which is how to stay young with Shreem Brzee. Can we offer some good opportunities to grow financially? Can we offer, meaning I'm not, who's we? You, us? I'm not sure. What is the name of the Telegram group? So below this video, Ian, you're on YouTube, so I can see you. Just go below it. It says the Telegram is under there. The links are under there. Okay. Any other questions? Let's see if I have any Facebook questions. So Doris on Facebook said, I'm feeling stronger to create a new reality in my life. Fantastic. That's what we want. We want you guys to be like motivated and committed. Shreem Brzee, right? Like bringing it all together in the new year. Sarah said, I saw a big eye with long lashes in the sky and very dark blue color. I don't know why. Interesting. When we meditate, we may see things, we may feel things. Just be open and allow and release anything that may come. Let's see if there are any questions. Lee said, I felt as if someone arrived and was holding my hands. Beautiful. Shreem Brzee can realize to manifest all blocks and challenge dissolve before they manifest the financial goal. I think it's that's a can Shreem Brzee realize and remove the blocks. So Dr. Pillai mentioned that in this meditation, right? So Brzee will be like a watchdog. It'll prevent bad things from happening. That's why we have to be diligent with it. Dr. Pillai says the only time Shreem Brzee doesn't work is when you don't remember it. And you don't remember it because our minds want to keep going to a variety of other things instead of the mantra. That's why it's so important to get together in community and reinforce doing the meditation, the mantra as much as possible. So the problem is our mind. The solution is the mantra. Mantra literally means to protect and activate the mind. The more you can do the mantra, the more your mind will be protected, the more obstacles will be removed, the more you'll be able to manifest. That's the formula, right? The problem is getting to do the mantra all the time. That is why we're creating the community. That is why we're asking for you to, kind of make that commitment of what it is you want to participate in. Because the more of us join together and do that, the more we all benefit. Okay. So that's what this year is about. This year is about creating Shreem Brzee community and ways to support one another to be doing the meditation, be doing the mantra in order to protect the mind, in order to manifest. Okay, it's all very related. Daniel said, Shreem Brzee is the bright light of Guru. Yes, it is. Wonderful. My third eye is still pulsing. Thank you for sharing. Very strong energy running through my body. Fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful. Okay, so I don't see any other questions. I slept easy. That's good. Is it possible to join in month by month without a subscription? For the Wealth Power Time events, it's not possible to do that. That is just, but you can cancel at any time though. So you join once and then it'll just recur and then you can cancel if you don't want it. And we'll cancel it at any time. So don't worry, just have to let us know. And Samuel said, thank you for these divine techniques. I have personally seen exceptional results in my life. You are a blessing to this world. I wrote down my goal on paper. Great. Specific income, and I believe it fully. Fantastic. And it will happen. Please clarify Vishwamitra mantra. Brzee, Lakshmi mantra, Shreem Brzee. Okay, so Vishwamitra gave the sound Brzee. And we had the meditation today on Brzee only. You can do either one, Brzee or Shreem Brzee. Dr. Pillai added the Shreem to the Brzee, but Vishwamitra gave Brzee. And Brzee means to remove all scarcity. It means, it's absolute abundance and to remove scarcity from any concept, remove it from our consciousness. All right. Someone's asking why Dr. Pillai doesn't go to certain areas of India and teach poor people. Well, he doesn't travel around that much anymore. And we have everything online. So, but what we do is have a nonprofit organization called Tripura Foundation. And if Shreem Brzee has ever given anything to you, we ask you to donate what you can to Tripura Foundation, because what that does is goes to those poor areas. We find poor areas. We have something called Hope Centers for the children that teaches them how to create more life skills. It gives them phonemic intelligence. It helps activate their brain, give them more, my gosh, there's so many amazing stories from the kids on how they feel more confident. They feel more intelligent. They feel like they can do their schoolwork better. They can handle stresses at home. All of this is free to them, and it's because of our donations to Tripura Foundation. So yes, Dr. Pillai does go to the poorest of the poor areas in India and helps children and elderly to create better lives. Brzee can remove bad relationship karma too. Brzee is specifically also very good at removing karmas, negative karma. It's got a specialty, so it can work for any karma. It can work for any scarcity. The specialty is abundance, and specifically abundance in material nature. But that doesn't mean it can't work for relationships as well. And Dr. Pillai has said it can be for anything. Someone's saying, how is it these mantras only work for rich white people? Well, that's not the case, because we have plenty of people all over the world who are giving testimonials. In fact, you can go to any YouTube video and look at the comments below and see all the amazing results. People that we don't even know are having results with Shreem Brzee. So Shreem Brzee is helping everyone, no matter what type of wealth they have or don't have, or no matter what color their skin is. So we hope that you'll help bring Shreem Brzee to more people so that we can see even more results. How to write goals. So there's some specific information on the internet about how to create goals. You can do what's called a SMART goal, being specific, measurable, targeted, realistic. I forget what else those stands for, but making sure that you know what you want. But really, if you just boil it down to is what is it, and we mentioned it earlier, what is it at your core that you believe and love and want? Be specific about it, and have it be something that's real for you. So try that. Omar said, I've done Tarpanam enough times to know it works. Thank you. Yeah, Tarpanam is really great. I don't see anything on other platforms. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up. I think I covered most of the questions in chat. And yeah, I think that's it. Okay. So we hope that you enjoyed this gathering. It was an auspicious time to get together during the full moon, and as the sun had moved into Capricorn, so we have the energy of the sun's movement northward. We also have the divine protection of the sun on Sunday. We have the full moon, and we have getting together. So I hope that this is helpful to you with the meditation, the teaching, as well as the plan forward in 2022. What I want to leave you with is that this is a new year. Not only was it a calendar new year that started in January, but we just had the spiritual new year that happened a day or two ago, and we're moving into a new energy. And this is the perfect time to be focusing in on what it is you want to manifest. And if you're having a little bit of a hard time because a lot's going on in the world, even more reason to be getting together in community. Join the daily chanting calls that are happening now and through January 21st. After that, there's free Friday chanting calls. There's free Sunday meditations and live Q&A. Add your name to the email list so that we can keep in touch with you on all the new things that are going to be unfolding over the coming months. And we are going to be offering even more for you to participate in. Please join Wealth Power Time events, which is the rituals that we do. Those aren't free. They have to be paid because there has to be an exchange in order for those rituals to work karmically. So we keep it as low as we possibly can. We invite you to join that. That's a subscription membership where you pay once per month, and you can also cancel at any time. We're having the full moon Fire Lab tonight, January 16th. So link is below this video. We invite you, and I hope to see you there. I'll be there with the meditation priest. Purification will be there with the full moon Fire Lab. So we're wishing you an abundant, amazing 2022, and we'll be laying forth, and all of us will be walking down the path of Shreem Brzee with the guidance of the divine beings, Dr. Pillai, and of course, Shreem Brzee Goddess. We'll see you soon. Namaste.